First Alert Weather Update is brought to you by Mid-Michigan Metal Sales.
Good Friday evening. I'm First Alert meteorologist Diane Phillips. As we are waiting for snow to come in, we do have in place First Alert weather days for the weekend. We will be looking at some slowdowns on your roadways because of the accumulating snow. And this is also a multi-day event. So if you just think it's one day or the other, nope, we are looking at high confidence for snowfall on both weekend days. However, at times there may be a few breaks in the snow coverage. So that could, of course, influence not only the coverage, but snow totals. Right now we're looking at a range of about 5 to 9. Some spots though could see that number a little bit higher. Earlier in the evening we had an arm of snow trying to come in, a lot of that evaporating before it makes the ground. So some drier air could still be around at midnight when we start to see that snow enter in, but we start to get a little more moisture added in and can start to pick up some snow. So I do anticipate seeing at least a little bit of snow if you're headed out to work Saturday morning, but we will find a little bit of a lull at times even before the sun comes up, but then the snow does try to pick back up in coverage and it will be remaining a snowy Saturday. But I do also see that we have some pink. This is going to be closer towards M59, so just out of mid-Michigan, and I am going to keep everybody here sitting in the blue with the snow, but you could see some of that pink try to get a little bit closer towards I-69. Either way, we would be looking at that, mainly keeping our snow totals on the lower end, and it will still be slippery whether it is ice or snow. Now, as our system from Saturday going into Sunday has to switch on which energy source it's going to be tapping into, we could have some breaks and a little bit of a lull, but you can see it still tries to pick up on some snow as we go into Sunday. So this is where we're still going to be adding accumulations in, but the backside of the storm looking like it does start to show up for us as we go into the later portions of Sunday. So our snowfall rates for your Saturday, you are going to find them kind of peaking in the morning, but at times it may not be as consistent as what you would be hoping for. Now, as we check our weekend snowfall map, we have our 5 to 9 zone here from Houghton Lake stretching towards Owasso, and then here in the purple is our 6 to 10 zone. That's going to be coming in from Oscoda to Standish, Tri-Cities across the thumb, and then coming in towards Flint and Lapeer as well. Our lakeshore communities can have some of that lake enhancement, just as we've seen in our last couple of systems. So some of those locations might see some higher totals than the ranges that we have here. I also want to point out that if you go and measure your snow Saturday night, you're probably going to be a little bit on the short side of this map because this is going to include what we pick up Saturday and Sunday and then combining them together. So on our First Alert weather day, some of the impacts that you'll need to be watching for is, of course, the accumulating snowfall. This can be slowing you down on our roadways here at times throughout the weekend. The road crews are scheduled to be working all weekend long, and if you need to do some cleanup, of course, make sure you have the gas in the snow blower. Now, once we get through our snowy weekend, we just have a few flurries lingering on Monday, but temperatures are falling Sunday, leading us into the teens for next week. So though it is dry, it is going to be cold, and even overnight temperatures are going to be at 0, if not a touch below it.
Stay with WNEM TV5 on air, on the go, and online for more news and weather updates.